You ready?
Yes, sir.
Baseline. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Yep.
Yeah.
Come on. We in this thing.
Yeah.
Damn, I love this show.
Why?
Cause it's the Porch Podcast. Come on. Said it's the Porch Podcast. Yep. Said it's the Porch Podcast. Come on. Said it's the Porch Podcast. Come on.
It's the Porch Podcast and we out the way.
Right.
Influential is the alien, yeah, you know I'm him. I'ma keep freestyling every time the beat drop.
Come on.
I'ma keep going cause my mouth real hot.
Wow.
Because I got that fire to spit. Every
Right.
time I grab the mic and you know it's a hit.
Yeah.
Everybody say that shit smell good, it's the shit. Like I'm burning herb, no that's not it.
Oh,
Twist,
shit.
lost the flow, but get it back.
Get it back.
Influential was the illest putting on the map.
On the map.
Some niggas smoke crack.
Crack.
Not me. I don't do all that.
The
You know
shit's
why?
whack anyway, cause it's the
Porch
Porch Podcast. Come on.
Hey,
Said it's the Porch Podcast.
Rhyme old
Said it's
school.
the
That
Porch
was
Podcast.
you rhyme
Come on.
old school like that.
Said it's the Porch
Yeah,
Podcast.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true hip hop, man. That's true. It's
Hey,
the Porch
listen.
Podcast. It's the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E Miss Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother.
Be original.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Welcome back, y'all. Episode 37. 37, man.
And we call this one
Talk about
I
it.
Hate It When.
Oh, man, I hate it when.
I hate it
Oh.
when. You know what I hate it when, bro?
What's that,
I
Brian?
hate it when I see a real phone number on my phone
Right.
and it's scam likely.
Wow.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I can definitely
it's
agree with
scam
that.
likely.
Yeah, I hate it when any of those things happen. I hate it when a person want to ask me questions over the phone, right?
Yeah.
Personal questions. They start off knowing my name but don't know nothing else,
Yeah.
right? I hate it when that even happens.
Yeah, that ties into scam likely.
Right.
know what I mean?
Right. So, episode 37, y'all, you know what I mean? Like I said, we back, baby, and we doing what we've been doing. Loving how y'all supporting us and riding with us, man. And, you know, this one right here, man, we just going to dive into what we hate when certain things happen.
Right.
And so, E, I mean, you already spoke about the scam likely call thing, right? Because
right.
twofold. Number one, it looks like a legitimate number. You as a business owner,
Right.
you're in a tough spot, right?
Yes,
Because if
right.
you don't answer, it
Yeah.
could be a potential client, customer that you're missing out on. But when you do look at it, you like, I run the risk and rolling the dice. If I do answer,
Right.
might be a scam.
Okay. Yeah.
So how do you address that? How do you handle something like that?
Well, you know, me personally, I pick up the phone.
Okay.
I pick up the
Oh,
phone
yeah,
for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
I pick
I
up
know.
the phone.
I
you know,
see. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everybody should have seen it by now, but
Yeah.
I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone because of me being a small business owner. I also know that a lot of people don't have phone numbers that's in your local area all the time.
Right.
And I also know that some people, because you remember back in the day when you actually had to have a long distance provider
Correct.
for your phone.
Right. Yep,
And
yep.
if people remember correctly, and it's going to show our age a little bit, even though we don't hide it. Sprint used to be just a long distance provider.
That's right.
Before it was cell phones, you can get long distance calls for paying an extra, $20 a month. You know what I mean? Through adding Sprint to your. Because back then you only had Bell Atlantic or Verizon.
Didn't have very many options.
You know what I mean?
No, you're
Welcome
absolutely
to,
correct.
You know, James Earl Jones, welcome to Bell Atlantic.
I remember that.
That's how it used to be when you dial. Remember, you used to actually dial 411 to get somebody's phone number.
Yeah.
All those type of things.
That's right.
And I kind of hated when they took all that type of stuff away.
They used to charge you for that too.
Yeah, but they did. They did. And to say all that to say, I pick up the phone because, you know, a person could live right here in Jersey with us and have a Houston number.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And have a number from-
Yeah.
And which is very common around here. A lot of people got Atlanta numbers because, it's like we said on the previous show,
Right.
They bitch, they, yo, new year, new me.
New me,
You know what I
man.
mean? Moved out of Atlanta.
Tennis coach.
You know what I mean? Changed their phone number and everything. Like, bitch, nah. Like, nah, I don't even need that 609 no more, man.
crazy.
Give me that 404.
Let's go.
Or that was 770 or whatever. You
Let's
know
do
what I mean?
it, baby.
Shit,
Yeah.
like,
So
nah.
I'm gonna switch it up. Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, that shit works now.
Now they
Back
back
then,
up here.
though,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. I remember I had a beeper or some shit.
Yeah.
And I think it might have had, no, it wasn't a beeper. I take it back. I did have a beeper, but nah. What I was going to say was I had a phone number, but it was kind of, I don't know, the way it landed, it was coming out of lawn side.
Yeah.
Even though the situation, I mean, the phone number was still, I think, 60. The shit was weird.
Yeah.
Like 609 or something like that.
And it was creating a long distance charge
it
on
was.
on mom's phone.
You remember that? Yeah, on mom's phone. And I
Right.
was like, damn, we need to leave the state.
Right.
So imagine now,
But
like,
you
things
know-
have came, so far along.
But long distance wasn't too far up. Like, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, where we grew up at, down the hill, down the hill University, West Street, New Jersey. Okay,
Absolutely.
Let's give it up for that.
That's the alma mater.
Let's give it up
That's
for
the
that.
alma mater, baby.
Right, yeah. There we go.
Yes, sir. Master's degree. No,
Yeah.
doctorate.
Doctorate, see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, did you know
What's that?
calling up to Toys R Us, because we was kids,
Right.
was local.
On Route 1.
Right.
Oh, got you.
The moment you called the mall.
Long distance?
Yes, sir.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I really wasn't calling the mall.
Right.
But I didn't know.
Right.
But it does make sense.
Yeah, it
I
was
just
long
told you,
distance.
like,
It's long
and
distance.
like, mom was like on my shit, like, what's up?
Because if you
Like,
even
nah,
sit
what?
back and think, I'll give you another example. You sit back. Because I learned a lot of this, on my day job when I was, really, really going hard with this water stuff. When you know where the water bill stops at on Route 1? Sleepy Hollow and Acura.
Oh, shit. They don't need to stop no water at Sleepy Hollow.
You know what's crazy though? Now they need water at Sleepy Hollow. That's what they need.
That
That's what
shit.
they need. You know what
Damn.
blew my shit one day though?
Shit, don't never cut it
Back
off.
long time ago, we had a different life.
Long. Right.
I went to go read the meter
Right.
at Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
My man said, "Oh,
My regular.
my man, I haven't seen you in a long time, man."
It's been a week.
I said, "Bruh, I ain't ever come in. No,
not yet.
no."
He said, "Don't do that,
No,
E."
he said, no, not here. Up the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh's been a long time. I ain't seen you.
Yeah, keep the shit 1,000.
Yeah, he was talking about the mouth. You know what I mean? That was a long time ago. I lived a different life.
Hey, listen, man. Remember when that Nights In shit showed up? Like, I guess people thought if they parked their shit over by 7-Eleven.
They won't go get caught.
Who
Yo.
took, I was at 7-Eleven. Oh, yeah, the short stay. 4 hours at 7-Eleven? Fuck was you doing there for 4 hours, bro? What?
You know what I mean? But I hate it when people actually blow up your spot. He blew up a spot like that. But speaking of Nights In, I'm going to come back to that Sleepy Hollow. Speaking of Nights In, it got to a point where some niggas like, I'm not even getting in the room, just pulling up in the parking lot. Baby, we got the parking lot. Get in the back of this truck. Like, yo, that shit was
when
super
the sheik
fun.
just said hotel room number back in the truck.
Right.
I said, oh, shit.
Right.
Look at Sheik.
Yeah, but nah, man, he hit me with that. I was in tears. I'm like, oh, okay, bro, you got me. It's been a long time. I ain't seen you, man.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
You ain't cut him off.
Long time ago.
Just was read his meter and kept it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Nah, I was reading his meter. I wasn't shutting him off. I
Okay.
was reading his meter. Nah,
Okay.
shit like that don't get shut off.
Yeah, but that's
Nah.
good. I'm
Yeah.
glad God. But yeah, I hate it. I hate it when it's just we talking about I hate it wins, man. And we do, like you said, memory lane, all kind of crazy shit from back in the day. Don't you hate it when it's always that one guy at the party that don't know when the hell to be quiet?
Yeah, I'm usually him.
Even though, you know what?
Yeah, I'm usually him, man.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, I'm usually
But
him.
listen, they say acceptance
Yeah.
is part of what you need to do on the road to recovery.
I'm never going to shut up, though. I'm the DJ.
You can talk about it.
Yeah.
You can talk about it. But it's a difference between it. Like, there's a difference. Like, E, you're comical.
Right.
Humorous guy.
Right.
You ain't going to never say nothing to make things life difficult for nobody
no,
else.
I ain't going to say
That's
no
not what you're
awkward
going to
shit.
do. I'm even talking about, like, for instance, a guy could have got lucky, right? Let's call it luck.
Right.
You out there, you hustling 100 miles an hour. They can't make the shit fast enough before you can sell it.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. They turn around and they get out of that dynamic before the situation consume them.
Right.
They remove. They done turn their life over. Now they in the church. They doing everything that they need to do to live their life right.
Wow.
Okay? They turn around, and now y'all at a cookout together, and you go, nigga, what's that? There you go, my boy. Now they know him as Pastor what's the name.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say what's the name.
Yeah.
So Pastor what's the name? It's
Pastor
not
what's
in
the name?
direct to nobody.
Right. Pastor
What's the name, right?
Yeah.
Turns around and he's there and you know what I mean? Good to see everybody and all of those things. And you sit there and say to yourself,
Amen.
I remember before Pastor, what's the name?
Yeah.
I remember you was out there hustling 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yep.
Difference between some people that I'm talking about is you got the guys who think it and remember it. I might remember them from there.
Right.
I'm talking about you got that guy that's just going to be like, oh, you a pastor now.
Right.
I mean, when my mom used to buy weed from you, bitch, Friday.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you be like.
Yeah. Then he be the nigga be like, I hate it when a nigga get better and think they got to switch up.
Yeah.
That's why they got better.
That's why I got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hate that.
But you know what I
hate
noticed?
when a person won't let the past be the past.
Speaking of church, too.
Yep.
Real quick. And this ain't I hate it when, but I learned as I got older, something that I didn't know when I was attending church a lot, that a lot of pastors went to school for it, which is called seminary.
Yep.
Okay, so they went to seminary, and it's actually one of the best seminary schools in the area is one in Princeton University. You know, Princeton.
Grandma went to something and graduated from somewhere too.
Yeah, she did that at the church, like a program that they had.
But then she graduated from something in New York too. We went to this thing in New York.
Yeah, she did. She probably, because I think you can also do, but it's also like seminary, like a 4-year school.
Yeah,
like
I gotta ask her though. I gotta ask her. Yeah.
So I say that to say, I don't think a lot of pastors, like when mom and pop was kids, was going to seminary.
Nah.
I think they was just sitting there,
Yeah, man.
reading the book and winging it.
I think, perfect attendance.
Yeah.
Make sure the tithes and everything. It's tithes or tithes?
Tithes.
With the second way I said it.
Yeah, because tithe, you know what tithe actually really means, right?
Nah.
Tithe actually means a tenth.
Okay.
So that's why they ask for 10%
It is,
of your earnings, right?
I know I ain't the only one. I'm not a heathen because I didn't know what that meant.
However, that's why in the Bible days, a tenth was a tenth for anything that you had, whatever you had to offer.
Yeah.
So if I got 100 apples, I can give you 10 apples.
Yeah.
But the greatest resource that we know nowadays is money.
Yeah.
So that's why. But you're not really supposed to pay a tithe unless you're a member of that church.
Right.
You don't pay a tithe.
So before we get too deep, because I was getting an education there, I might have to kind of be off air and learn some more from you about that.
Off air, like I always say, off air.
Yeah.
I hate it when you know what I hate.
I don't want to say offline.
Yeah, I hate
because that would insinuate that we're on lines at some point, and we're not.
You know what I hate? I hate when a nigga run from his truth.
Yeah.
You not messing with lines?
You keep track sneakers on most of the time when I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're running to or if you're running from, but you keep on track sneaks.
No, you
most of the time.
Red lines.
Red lines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You racist am I?
Yeah. You might do the red line in the car.
Oh, yeah. That's why I asked you. You racist am I? You
Yeah.
stop that shit. You
No.
that,
You don't be on red lines?
No
Okay,
lines.
Good. Cause
No lines.
Because that was a nice lineup. Because I'm gonna tell you
as
like
a matter
this.
of fact, I only fuck with self checkout.
Them red lines, right? Them red lines. Them red lines was gonna equal the speed. It wasn't gonna be a car.
Whoa.
You was on it. You was on it right there. I hate it when a nigga fall. Don't fall for my joke.
That was awesome.
That would have been sweet.
That would have been. Damn. So you threw it off the glass, but that bitch just came back down.
Yeah, threw it off the glass. He's like, he missed it, man. I definitely threw him off the glass.
Okay. Nah, it's funny because we can talk about and make light of.
Whoa.
That was a great one. That shit almost came to be nice. That was All-Star Weekend shit right there. What I was going to say, though, is the concept like we talking about today, though, y'all, but I hate it wins. You know, the good thing about it is this, and we talk about this for anybody who is still, trying to just make it make sense while life is funny or it just seem out of place or it's just not working. Look, stop overthinking it.
Right.
Sometimes in life, you're just going to hate it when certain things happen.
Right.
And that's okay. So the best thing to do is find one or two things to do. Either find a way to deal with, what it compromises, or first and foremost, find out when you say, I hate when this happens or I hate it when, do you need to really kind of, how can I say, invest any energy into it?
No, you don't.
So if you can actually avoid even investing energy into it, that list of I hate it wins will reduce a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like that's the first thing. You know
but
what I mean?
I think where a lot of people got past in life, where we got past was understanding that the power of the pen, the power of the mind, the power of writing things down.
Yeah.
I think if we, journals and diaries mean something.
Absolutely.
It's a movie coming out. I didn't really listen to it, but I think Denzel bringing it out. and it's called a
Confessions of a DJ.
no. It's called.
Oh, that's not it? They know they can't wait for you to make that one.
It's called.
Damn.
That might be a book. We ain't gonna talk about that shit. We're
All
gonna
right,
talk
keep
about
it-
it.
all right,
Gotta
keep
talk
it
about that off air.
All right,
Off
keep it
air.
low, keep it low.
So, listen, it's a movie coming out, A Journal for Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen to the sound. I was just watching it. You could tell some shit good when you watching the preview and not listening to what they saying, and you still like, damn, I might want to check this out. But it don't come out till around like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Michael B. Jordan, but his son's name is Jordan, and his wife, they introduced her, but this ain't the first movie. She played Roxanne in the Roxanne Shante.
So his son named Jordan in the movie?
Yeah.
First name?
First name.
His name Jordan? Or is he? Oh,
No.
Jordan's that first name.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not Michael B. Jordan in the movie. That's just who's the starring role of it. Is Michael B. Jordan.
Had a dumbass moment.
Yeah, right there.
Sorry.
Like, shit. I hate it when you had those, bitch. Like, so, I mean. So,
Kept the shit 100 though, like.
Michael B. Jordan.
His real name and the shit. Like.
And the chick from the play Roxanne Shante is playing his wife. And it's called A Journal for Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be-
I think I seen a preview of it.
Yeah, it just scrolled on my Facebook. You probably can find it on YouTube.
I seen it on like IMDb or some shit like that.
Yeah, you might have. But the power of the pen is where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So if you write down things that give you a good positive, make you feel good, things that you hate and make you feel bad, you can learn to eliminate.
Yeah. And there's two powers of the
bad
pen.
things. You know what I mean?
Ink pen and bitch prison, the pen.
The pen, yeah.
Yeah, so
but we
always
trying
power in the pen.
But we trying to keep you out of that one.
So if you master the other one,
Right.
maybe there's a good possibility, unless that pen's hitting checks, and
Yeah.
that's a whole nother episode.
So what if you get in there and you get one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, get a dog a bone,
Yeah.
something 0 time, my
Yeah.
bacon smelling fine.
You know what I'm saying? It's all part of how you want to look at it. That might be the last thing
Shout
you
out
want
to
to write.
McGirt. He would Ronski would have ran that whole part off.
Yeah, because he memorized it. He got it. Yo, but listen,
Yeah.
like we talking about though, man, like the power in the pen, right? Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, when you get better at any form of release,
It helps with
it
manifestation.
helps with manifestation, and it also helps with adaptation.
Right.
Right? Like, we adapt to our environments and our circumstances, sometimes by choice and sometimes by force.
Right.
And a lot of times when you talk about the I hate it wins,
Yeah.
like I said, once again, we got to look at the value, like the power that goes into it. Like, when I turn around and categorize something as a I hate it win,
Right.
I have to be giving it some energy.
Right. But
You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely correct, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this episode because I knew you would come with this energy.
Yeah.
To try to help people point out. See, the thing of this, man, we want everybody to live better, love better, be happy. You know what I mean? Me and P are very happy people in our life.
I promise you.
This is no bullshit.
I promise you. I got a doctor's appointment to get these, because I keep smiling so
Right,
hard.
like we are very happy people in life.
Right.
I got things that annoy me, and I'm going to talk about that off air. But at the end of the day, with my home life, with my friends, with my business as a DJ, of course this podcast, my family, finances. We always want them better, but I'm a very happy person.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So we try to give out pointers, and what made me become happy and even happier and excited and love life like this is about pointing out the things that I hate. So that's what made me say, I hate it when this happened. I hate it when that happened. If it's the littlest, the smallest things that's really starting to bother you, then you might need some type of evaluation and some type of understanding to understand certain things.
That's right.
Now, I say all that to say this. Take every task, every situation, everything, whether it's writing it down, whether it's recording yourself talk, whether it's starting a podcast, whether it's starting a channel, or whether it's, just going to work out and do exercise, run laps, do whatever, to make your mind freer, do it.
Absolutely.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's why we talking about the hated wins, because the truth of the matter is, I ain't got a lot of hated wins no more.
No.
Because I worked on them. And I'm going to tell you, 2020 helped me with that. Because when you got to sit down, you got to sit down. You understand what I'm saying? When you gotta sit down, you gotta sit down. It gives you time to
Have
think.
a seat.
Have a seat, man. I got a Peloton and shit over the time and everything. You know, I ain't been on it in a minute, but I got one.
Right. Yeah, I think that's
Them
part
shit's
of
dope though.
Yeah, and that's part of the growth right there. You know, like you said, I think as we experience things, I'm not going to always say as we get older, because I think that there are certain experiences that expedite a lot of growth.
Right.
Right. But when we talking about the I hated wins,
Right.
and like you just pointed out, you know, you realize that there's a part, like I was saying, you need to acknowledge the fact that there's a part of you that got to be kind of relinquishing either some peace within yourself.
Right.
Because hate is big.
Right.
Hate is not a simple thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to hate something.
And I ain't meaning from that standpoint.
But it's fine.
But
it's
we
fine.
gonna unpack it like we always do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we have
so
to.
when you really have something to the degree that you hate it,
Right.
I mean that there's no way that you can kind of cope with it, kind of manage it, kind of be in the midst of it.
Yeah.
But I think that what we do as we go through experiences, we find out what we truly hate.
Right.
And what we wish was better.
Right.
Or wish was different.
Right.
So we go with hate and then we go to wishing. And there's a part of it, like I said, that in the midst of all of it, the reality of it is that there's life consistently going on around us.
Absolutely.
Right? And so the things that we kind of release from ourselves in terms of our peace and allow it to go into the realm of being able to support or energize the thing that we really don't particularly care for, it manifests or it grows into a hate.
Absolutely.
So how do we counteract that? Well,
by having outlets.
Right? And also understanding what our investment is into the hate to begin with.
Right.
Right? And then identifying that thing and saying, okay, well, but I have a choice to hate this or not. I don't have to be around it, so therefore, in theory, if I wasn't, could I really hate it?
Exactly. Listen, you got to know when sometimes you need to go coach. Put me on the bench.
Yeah.
I need a sub.
Sub.
You know what I mean?
Sub.
And I need
you to come get me.
And I needed that recently. Coach, give me a sub me in, coach. You know what I mean?
And that's good that you can recognize
sub me in because it's I'm a ticking time bomb right now. Sub me in, coach.
Yeah.
You know
especially when you in the game and you working harder.
Right.
Then it's being recognized. It's not necessarily that you're working harder than the other four
people
that's on the court with you.
Because I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that. But when your effort is
not being recognized.
I do everything that I am asked of.
Plus more.
Right. And I'm still criticized in the process, or I'm still scrutinized.
Right.
Or not valued at the level that it should.
And that had to be something that I had to understand too. That no matter what you do, it's not about what you do; it's about outcomes. At the end of the day, it's results.
That's right.
Nobody cares what you physically do to get the results. They just want results.
That's why I said people always respect. I tell you all the time, people respect winners.
Right.
If you could say, what's the name won? They say, yeah, but he cheated. But he's still a winner.
Right.
They talked all that stuff about Tom Brady.
Right.
About the Deflategate and all that different shit. But you still got to call him champ when you see him.
Right.
So you know that you can't honestly turn around and say that every championship that him and the organizations that he played with, they cheated to win. Are you serious?
Right.
It's impossible because you're not giving any credit to their ability.
Right. He still had to get there.
First off, you got to get there.
Right.
And then you got to do it.
Right.
And then and to do it more than once becomes increasing because every time that you accomplish something,
absolutely,
you have to invent that reason to continue to consistently do that.
To want to be able to do it.
Right.
See, it's just like somebody I explained the other day. I was explaining this to somebody. We was talking at work, and I use this for an example, and not to be biased, so I'm not just going to say this is females, but these are people. When people like people.
Right.
When a man likes a woman.
You mean romantically or just?
Yeah, romantically. Or a woman likes a man.
Right.
A lot of times, they give a high energy because the result is they want to be able to call that person theirs.
Okay.
Exclusively
or
whatever.
I'm with you.
And then a lot of times once they get to it, once they get that, you see the slack off.
Okay,
right?
once it's done.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So some people will continuously work hard because they need reward. Because reward is their motivation.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Sports been figured it out. Sports figured it out.
Yeah,
Listen, you're only a champion for that season.
that's right.
You're not the champion forever.
That's right. That's right. So before you can become
Right.
so fixated on I'm the champ forever.
Right.
You ready for next season?
Yeah, you're only the champ till you're that season.
Absolutely.
So when you look at boxing, the champion is always defending his championship. Right? But in other sports, you don't automatically be the champion the next season because you're the champs from the previous season, but you still have to put in the work to be able to defend your title.
Yeah, just like that's right.
In boxing, though, the only fighter I ever seen who got lax was the great Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he felt like could nobody beat me.
Yeah.
And then, Buster Douglas took the championship, and then after that, people go to work. They were constantly working. They were chasing Tyson.
No doubt.
You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champions. But at the tip-off of next season, yeah, they're the champ. We could call them the champions because they're the last champion. But they don't automatically go to the finals.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sports figured it out. But in life, a lot of people don't realize. Once they conquer something and they don't have anything else to work towards
That's right.
they feel like they've already won.
Exactly.
And sometimes they do win. They do win. But what they don't realize is you have to keep doing what you did to keep what you had. What you were working for.
Yeah, I think, like you were saying too, like it's so crazy how when you sit back and you think about guys, let's just use like Mayweather for an example, right?
Right.
At some point or another, people, in my opinion, start to consider or cheer on the thought of him losing.
Right.
Because what happens is people can't diminish his greatness, right? Unless it's a blemish.
Right.
And the blemish needs to come in the form of a loss.
Right.
So the question becomes to some people, does it matter more if you're a boxer, are you trying to be the next champion or the first person that beat him?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Like, if you want to be the next champ, but you got to go through him to get it,
right?
And that's just the path that you have to take. But there's a difference between being the next champ
right.
and the first to have beat somebody.
Right.
And that's the celebratory thing that you look like. When you look at the celebration element of it, you be like, damn, do you really just want to beat me, bro, or do you want to be the champ?
Right.
Because if I retired today as the undisputed or as an undefeated boxer,
right,
that was a champion, are you still gonna work hard to be the champ?
Right.
Or now you mad because it's damn, you retired before I can get to fight you and possibly be the person who beat you.
Exactly.
So it's a different, you know what I mean? Like, right. I hate when people lose focus on what the objective is.
Right.
Right? So if you want to be the best at something, and the prize is, let's just say what's the trophy for Super Bowl?
Lombardi.
I was gonna say, Lombardi trophy.
Yeah.
Right.
Angels. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely some EA involved. But the Lombardi trophy.
Right.
Does it matter if you beat the team that Tom Brady's on, or does it matter if you see where I'm going with this? Like there becomes a thing where you be like,
but I think most athletes. I think most athletes don't care about beating.
Well, I get it.
Yeah, they just want they want that ring. They want that trophy.
I get it, but you know how there's an underlying story underneath it, and you be like, so when you're in those conversations, you're like, damn, though. But do you want your team to be the Super Bowl champs, or do you want your team to be the team that beat Tom Brady after they? Like, and as an Eagle fan, that kind of was part of the mantra that kind of went into with us. Like, Tom Brady, we beat the New England Patriots to win our only Super Bowl.
Right.
But it wasn't that was our only Super Bowl.
That's just how it happened.
It just happened that way. It just happened to be the Patriots. But that is so much very part of the history of it now. It's like we was one of the teams that they beat.
That beat Brady. But you know what it is? I think that comes from credit of good journalism.
Yeah.
See, when a writer, because we're feeding what we're reading. Like we're feeded by what we're reading.
Right.
And I explained that before. Anytime you have some form of a theory or thought in your head, you can find any article that's going to support that theory if it lines up.
Yeah, right.
If it lines up with some type of
sense. You already find some supporting facts to go with your argument.
And it's like when you sit back, you can go even deeper. Yeah. The Eagles, we wanted the teams to beat Brady. The only teams that beat Brady all come from the NFC East. Like shit like that. You know what I mean? But what about, nobody talks about the teams that beat him so he couldn't get to the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Peyton Manning and them and shit like that. Nobody cares about that. They're talking about what beat him in the bowl.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the only thing that
but you know what?
troubles me with that.
I think that some people understand that hate. They need that hate. You know, a perfect person when I'm talking about hip hop, you know what I mean? I look at him as a very smart person. Very smart person. He don't do too much rapping no more, but he continuously makes money. And in one particular song, he told you, I need you to hate. I use your hate for my fuel. You know what I mean? And that's 50. Hustle's ambition. That's what he said, right? So, I say that to say this. 50 came in, got their attention by beefing. Then, got ran through by certain rappers who's coming at him. You know, Pun was like, bitch, I ain't doing all that beating. I just smacked the shit out of you. That's what Pun said. And I'm sure 50 wasn't scared, and I'm sure Pun wasn't scared. You know, Jay killed him with one line. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent? Yeah. So
that was crazy.
Yeah, he didn't know. He put a whole song out for Jay. Jay killed him one line. He admitted that. But do you notice once 50 got on top, he ain't worried about too much beefing no more.
No,
because he knew he was the target.
And he figured out a few things. First and foremost,
he had a plan too.
Yeah, well, and hate is emotionally fueled. Right? Like, hate is an emotional, like, you need emotional fuel to go along with hate.
Right.
You know, like, I've never been the type of person, we've had this conversation when it comes to, debates about athletes, and not just me and you, but groups of brothers.
Right.
And, like I've said before, I don't hate a person just to hate them. Like, I don't, but that to me is always been part of, who I am as a person. Now, with that understanding, I don't live on earth alone.
Right.
So I'm okay with understanding that everybody doesn't think the exact same way.
Right.
Here's my thing at the end of the day, when it comes to it, once again to reiterate, hate is a strong word.
Right.
It takes a lot to go into
but where I was going with when it comes with 50, I was using that, how he turned around and he had other beefs after that once he became, came up on top, but it never really hit the same, okay? Because it was all a fuel thing with him, right? And like now, he has a show out, Raising Canaan. And a lot of people talk about, it's moving slow. I don't think it's moving slow. I think it's moving just where it needs to be.
Love it.
Right. Just where it needs to be.
Love it. My wife feel like it's moving slow too.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I don't, I'm not going to get into the debate of why people think it's moving slow, because I remember from the first season of Power where he talked about the writers of those shows. They're writing to plan for to be there for multiple seasons. Not if I tell you everything in the beginning, that's just like the show Empire. It went too fast to the point where it was like, all right, what they gonna talk about next year? Because they talked about everything this season, right? So what I'm saying is, even with that moving slow, because this man is so smart and he stays with his situation. Right after Raising Canaan ends, the BMF series starts.
Yeah. You
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he mastered to be able to continue. Because at the end of the day, whether you think a show is moving fast, slow, you think it's corny, everything's going to have that. We live here. We come here on Earth to continue to have these streams of incomes flowing.
Right. You ever? I don't know if you know a guy named Brian Glaze Gibbs.
Nah, like me.
Okay. I watch a lot of documentaries, on Supreme, McGriff, and
I know
Fat Cat, and a lot of different people. I watch a lot of documentaries.
Queens, yeah.
Just in general,
right?
Whether they just.
No, I'm just saying them Queens brothers.
Queens brothers, right? Yeah. And I don't know if you ever noticed, but like I seen a video he recently made, and shout out to him for that. I don't know him personally, but he made a video. There's certain characters that's in Raising Canaan, because he understands 50's input into it.
Yeah.
If you guys are out there, anybody who's like a documentary buff on like a lot of those different things like that,
right?
You will recognize
certain characters,
who certain people are,
right?
In it. This is why, like me and you was talking, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. It's because I know some real life things,
right?
That kind of, and it's kind of falling in alignment with,
right?
So like even with my wife, when she says moving slow.
And same thing.
I'm like,
nah, but same thing. But my fiance didn't say that. What my fiance said was, we both said this. This is what we said. Man, 50 done sold us his life. She said 3, 4, 7, 8, 11 times. And we gonna watch it every time he sell it.
Yeah, so there's some...
we watch it every time he sell it to us.
There's some intrigue in it, in my opinion. Like you said, we ain't going, make this what the show is about. But there's some intrigue in it because what he turned around and he did was, once, like going back to when you were saying, like how when he made How to Rob and all of those things, he understood that he needed an identity.
Right.
And so he was comfortable with being known as the bad guy.
Right.
He was comfortable with being, viewed as somebody who the industry would hate. If people really paid attention when he did How to Rob, the objective was to piss the industry off.
Absolutely.
Not these individuals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were collateral damage in his attempt because he needed to get the attention of people who had attention.
Right.
So that's where the whole How to Rob came from. You really listen to it.
Right. He had to get their attention.
So he took, because once again, to reiterate what I said earlier, hate is a strong word.
Yeah, very much so.
And it's fueled by emotion.
Very much so, yeah.
And it's fueled by emotion. So I have to do things because if I can make Joe say, I don't want to do I ain't doing all that beef and shit, I smack the shit out of you.
Well, the pun. It was pun.
Well, I'm sorry, not Joe. Pun. You know what I mean? I have the attention.
Right.
But Jay to turn around and say, I'm not,
I'm about $1.
What the fuck is 50 cents? I probably couldn't have got you to say anything about me unless I found a way to pluck a nerve.
Well, here's the thing. We know that 50, that was his... I think the only person that he truly, truly, truly had an emotional beef with was Ja Rule.
I agree.
I don't think...
But there's behind the scenes things to support
that
a little bit more of behind the mic
and
things.
then it actually grew a little higher when they had this situation with Dipset, because you have a person like Jim who just, in his own way, is an emotional person, not in a bad way, but he don't play like that. Like even if you look at the verses, when all the cats was on the stage, you can hear the part when Jim says, "All right, man, come on, man, leave the stage, man. Like, at this point, you're starting to get disrespectful." He's like, you can hear in his mind, he like, is y'all gonna leave or we gonna fight? Like he almost he remind me of you to a certain extent, like how you was back in the day. Like you don't play too much.
Nah.
When it gets not, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, because I got a lot of respect for people.
Right, yeah.
And there's a thin line between the things that you, like, when you playing, because people, it's a filling out process. I feel like people, especially with men,
right,
they do things, man, to see how far that they can do them.
Right.
I don't care if it's in personal relationships with women. I don't care if it's in relationships with, with men in the streets and all that shit. People, to me, they test the waters consistently.
Right.
And so at some point or another, we gonna teeter-totter on that level, and I need to fix it then. I need to neutralize the shit then.
Right.
Nah, fam, I don't even fucking play like that.
Yeah, I'm more of the Joker. That's me. Yeah. I'm more of the Joker. Everybody. It's
not about always wanting to get into the physical element of it.
No, I'm the Joker. I'm just letting y'all know now. P is not the Joker, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You know, another person is like that. Shout out to my cousin DK. He ain't the Joker. He ain't playing with you too much.
Now here's the thing. If we have
shout out to Rec. He ain't playing too much.
Yeah, like we have a relationship where it's different, right? If I just meet you, don't
come playing with me yet.
We don't know each other comfortably enough to even, remotely talk about that.
Right.
But if it's a situation where, even when we do, like I never was your mom jokes guy. I never was that guy.
I don't play that shit either.
I never, even when when our mother was in the living.
Right, now I don't play. I never played that too much.
And I always respected yours. So when you said it, I kind of gave you a look like, we don't do that.
That's just...
So now you entering into a realm of something where it may get a little different.
That's why if people even pay attention to me, men, women, like I'm funny. I could be funny without calling you out of your name.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to call people
cool.
out of my name. Like I've never called my lady nothing out of her, instead of a nickname I've never called her nothing out of her name. Dummy. You know what I mean? Never said the B word to her. Like, because I don't want anybody else to say that to her. So why I'm going to do it?
That's right.
Why I'm going to do it?
No, that's true.
I'm just being honest. So I've never called her out of her name. Like, and I remember one day I was telling her that. I said, look back and just think about it anytime. Yeah. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't because I got that. I don't do that to people.
And I actually hate it since we talking about hate it when.
Yeah.
Now, I say hate for this. I hate it when people do. I don't have any control over it.
Call people out of their name. Yeah, I get mad.
But I hate it when they do. I told you, we had a conversation before.
You got to really make me mad for me to call you out of your name.
Right. But I told you, we had a conversation before. And I was sitting amongst brothers, and I heard them refer to their significant others as they bitch.
Yeah. I know people like that.
Now, I'll talk about it, but I'm, of course, man, my bitch just that in the third. And I go, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
You know what I mean? You do understand you having a conversation. It's wrong to call her that from the beginning,
right?
First and foremost. But you do understand that you inviting that man who you talking to at this point to refer to her, even if it's in conversation with you, as what
bitch.
You gonna tell your bitch?
Yeah.
And you opening it up. Me, I zero games with that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've had these conversations with my brother, like, and other people. I've been like, shit bothers me, man. You know what I mean? Because, now here's what I had to learn.
That's what they do.
I had to understand and identify that's what they do.
Right. Me too.
But because remember, kind of going back to episode 36, dealing with the imagination. My imagination, what it would do is, if I don't make a wise decision to not involve myself in this conversation comfortably, they may make the mistake of thinking that when I'm talking about my relationship, that they can use that terminology in reference to her.
But that's the growth.
That was growth in me.
But that wasn't that ain't even. I said that, but that ain't even what I meant to say.
No, it was dope for me. Though.
But that ain't even.
Now I don't take it as personal. Like if I hear that,
that part of it was growth.
I don't like it still.
That part of it was growth.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is, you was already grown on that. Like it was something that you never was. Because we never seen our pop do it.
Come on.
That's just what it is.
Come on.
So at the end of the day, if any lady that I was in a relationship with or dealt with like that, they see I made a nickname for them that they were okay with. And that's what I referred them to. Like, if you really look at like now with my lady, I call her Lee. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that started Lee. Mm-hmm. They didn't call her Lisi. Like her family called her Lisi. I called her Lee. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then when you hear other people say it, it came from me saying it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So what I'm saying is, I've always been that type of person. I don't call people. I might have called somebody a bitch before. They made me very mad.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
And I might even have said, not even say, shut up, bitch. I might not even said it like that. I'm like, man, you acting like a bitch right now. I might have said that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But and if I did it, that's part of the time, but I might have blacked out. And I hate when I do that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't even tell, like we was talking about in episode 36, the girl with the wings. I didn't even say, bitch, I piss on these wings. Mm-hmm. I didn't say that. Mm-hmm. I said, man, I piss on them motherfucker.
But it's one of those things where we talk about, like I said, hate. And we done spent a lot of time talking about hate. So before we continue that, Joe, I want to get into something that I do love. I love a good time. How about you, bro?
I love it, too. I love a good time, too.
And you know what's great about a good time?
What's that?
When I can just go and enjoy it and I ain't got to lift a finger and make it happen.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? So I got a company, man, that I've been dealing with, man, that's been, excellent, man. No matter what.
Right.
Whatever, what I mean, kind of event or whatever situation it is. They've made it easy, bro. Can we talk about it for a minute?
Sure. Let's let them see it.
Let's let them see it. All right, y'all, check it out. Front and Center Events is a full service, don't matter what the occasion is, event planning company. Look, man, we all like to have a good time. Sometimes the work that go into it seem easy, but trust me, it ain't nothing like having a professional get it done. So make sure y'all head on over there to www.fncevents.com and check it out, man. You wish you had done it sooner. All right, yo, let's get back to the show. Yes, sir.
Front and Center Events, that's right.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, bro, since we coming off that, like I said, man, dealing with that hate, man, we going to go ahead and dive right into this week's This or That.
Let's go.
All right. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. Start off slow, build it up like we always do. Board games or video games?
Video games.
Okay. Call first thing in the morning or call in the middle of the night?
Depending what it is. I'm an anytime caller. Because people don't call me a lot in the middle of the night. I know if you call me in the middle of the night, it's important. If it's something important, call me. And a lot of times, even if I'm sleeping, I don't hear the phone. Like, I hate to use this for an example, but I am. when Dad was calling us at 2:15, 2:30 in the morning, saying, "Mom,
right,
we need to get to the hospital."
right.
I didn't hear the phone. However, my lady was up. She said, "Babe, your phone keep ringing." She tapping me, "Your phone ringing," And I looked, and it was Pop.
Absolutely.
So I needed that call in the middle of the night. I didn't want that to be first thing in the morning. I wanted that middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I would call it. So I guess it depends on the nature.
Depends on the
of
nature.
call.
Right.
Okay. Social media message or text message?
Text message, more personal.
Okay. Take a friend on your family vacation or join a friend on their family vacation.
All depends on where we going. See, sometimes I'd rather join a friend because when I'm going on a family vacation, I really just like to be my immediate family in the house.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So
I'm not against inviting people with us.
So you'd rather meet them? Am I understanding it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing.
Because if you're on vacation and you're meeting them, then that means that you have your separate location.
This might be the only time that I look at a friend, even if they're strong friends, as a friend other than family. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is this. Family is family. So if we plan a family vacation where my immediate family, your immediate family, or my immediate family, Lee's, siblings, immediate families, and we all going, that's still a family vacation because we family.
That's right.
But if we inviting friends.
Right. Then it changes a little bit.
Then it changes. Even though they're great friends like family, that's you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you're still different around family than you are friends.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is.
Ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
Group hangout or one-on-one hangout?
When I was hanging with my homies, I like group. When I was with a young lady, I like one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Share food or don't share food?
I'm not the biggest share. Only person that can seem to go, I will offer to you every time I have something. Because I'm not selfish. But the only person who could literally stick their hand on my plate is my lady.
Okay. Plans or surprises?
I like both. Let me tell you why. Plans just make stuff flow easier. As a DJ, I hate when you bring me a surprise then for something that you needed, because we done talked 46 times before then, and you knew on the third time, not the 47th time we talked, because I said we talked 46. Catch on, not the 47th time you decided.
Right.
You knew on the third time you wanted to do this. This should have been part of the plan. However, I've always liked when a person surprises me because of the simple fact you only surprise people you care about. So that I've had 2 surprise things, 3 total surprise things for my birthday. One when I turned 21. Wasn't big, because we had already went out. We had some. When I turned 30, that was one of the sneakiest surprises because they kind of did me like how we did. Shout out to Jay Fire, cover shot. How they just did Jackie, you know what I mean, recently. How they did her. They had her pretty much playing her own.
Shout out to Jay Fire.
Playing her own surprise party. They tried to do that to me. You know what I mean? It didn't work exactly, but I still kind of worked like that in that favor. And then a couple years ago, when my lady surprised, it wasn't a big event, it was a dinner. You know what I mean? And that was different because I'm not used to that. I'm used to stuff because I'm always having big parties and stuff for my birthday. You know what I mean? The dinner, and I walked in and seen great friends and family there. Like, that was beautiful. So I
you like both.
I like both.
You said, yeah.
Planning from a business side, I got it. You can't surprise a nigga that's part of the plan.
Wouldn't be a good outcome.
Nah, you can't do that. I make it happen, but it just don't. Yeah. I don't like it.
It's a difference.
But if it's something for me, I like surprises.
Right, I got you. And in business, you like to be part of the plan. Yeah, I got you. Weekends or holidays?
Holidays with weekends. Weekends with holidays.
It's like the name of the shit is this or that. And then he goes, I got the remix. It's this or that, bro. You didn't even do the intro for this or that this week, man. People look forward to that shit, man.
Even though we're midway through, this is the intro for this or that. I can make my voice sound like I'm going to broadcast of any game I want. Right now, we have P Original.
I'm here.
1996 on YouTube.
Please look
Food for thought on
Let's
a
go.
daily fucking basis. And on this side, we have Mr. Influential.
Yeah.
DJ extraordinaire.
Living
who's
it.
going to always bring you the remix.
Yeah.
On this or that. Let's get back to the show, Bob.
Hey, don't be cheating the people out of that shit, man. They like that, man. You rather watch? That's right here, man. They be laughing hard as shit, man. Long. Still laughing? Watch sports or play sports?
Now watch them. Yeah, I used to love playing it when I was younger. I like watching them now.
Loud or quiet?
Depends what I'm doing, man. It's again, I have this switch when I go in DJ mood. I need that. I feel the bass. Like I think. No disrespect, and the people know that this is not me because I don't play on people's, disabilities and things of that nature. I think I still could be a DJ even if I was deaf.
Okay.
Because I love when I can feel the bass.
Yeah.
But in order for to feel the bass, the music got to be loud.
Definitely the remix because I asked loud or quiet.
But when I'm driving home, the car is quiet.
I asked loud or quiet. He became a deaf DJ that can feel the bass. Next question. Last and final one for this round this week. You ready?
Yeah.
Roller coasters or water slides?
Believe it or not. And it's crazy because, I ain't the biggest swimmer. I think I'm about to go with water slides.
Water slide. All right. I said that was going to be the last one. I lied. This is going to be the last one for real.
I know that shocked you, though. You probably thought I was going to go roller coasters, did you?
No, I didn't really know which way you was going to go with that shit.
Back in the day, used to be roller coasters, but now I don't want no headache later, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start work late or leave work early?
Leave work early. I can't get a late start.
All right, man, but that was this week's.
No, it's not this week's. I'm going to... Come on, man. How the fuck I don't ask you questions no more, man?
I try to get him
Yeah,
every
you always
week.
try to get it all the time.
He's
Stop the
every
bullshit. All right, here we go. Ice cream or sherbet?
I can't eat either one of them bitches now, man.
Sherbet?
Not even sherbet, man.
All right, ice cream or water ice?
Water ice.
All right.
Cause and listen, shout out to everybody who getting older. That dairy shit don't hit the same.
All right.
No. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying to take one. This I used to. Damn, I can't remember nobody. I'm gonna come back to that one.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Right.
Jerry Rice or T.O.?
Jerry.
All right. Okay.
Jerry.
I'll go with that right there. Jose Canseco or Mark McGuire?
Both of them was shooting up.
Yeah. So which one you going with?
Mark.
Okay.
Jose told on him.
Ken Griffey or Sammy Sosa?
Oh, Griff.
Yeah, because he wasn't shooting.
Yeah, Griff shit wasn't juice.
Nah, that was natural. Ken Griffey or Barry Bonds?
I still say Griff.
Because I think Barry had a little juice.
Yeah. Might have been a little taste in there.
Yeah. They said his shoes start growing again as a grown man.
Nah, bitch. That's it. That's it right there. That's how you know.
Nah, that's
Damn.
That's what they said.
I didn't know.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know. And Griff, Griff, like I said, anybody that was like consistent, like not that BB wasn't like that. You know what I mean? But I think that Griffey, man, for a long time.
Right.
Long time. Like, playing in the outfield, chasing, I ain't gonna say chasing balls then.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Playing the field, playing the position well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Tribe Called Quest or the Jungle Brothers?
I was always a Tribe guy.
Yeah, me too.
I was always a Tribe
He
guy.
was. Okay. Red Man or Method Man?
Red.
Yeah. Jersey, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
they got a show coming up too. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
at the Met in Philly.
Yeah.
At the Met in Philly. My man got tickets too.
Okay.
I got something else. I'm trying to, because mine's is all freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, off the top. I'm trying not to be too weird
My
with
shit
it.
written.
Yeah, my shit. I'm trying not to be too weird with it. Okay, East Coast or West Coast?
For what?
If you had a choice to live for the next half of your life.
I'm going to say the East Coast only because I only know the East Coast.
Right. And you're content with it.
I'll say this.
Right.
I'm getting better at keeping my options open.
Me too. We'll talk about that
Still East.
off air.
Off air.
Right, me too.
Still East right now.
My shit is starting to broad.
But I'm definitely getting...
My shit starting to broad. You know what it is?
Some other things have already kind of closed in my life that made things...
But you know what it is?
A hell of a lot easier to make that
decision. You know what really
decision.
made my options open up more?
What's that?
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Once he,
no doubt.
I ain't mad at him, but once he slid, it's like, okay, I ain't got to be around no more, but she gone.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, yeah. There's some things...
Long as I know he all right, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm all right. Long as I know he all right, I'm all right.
I'm just trying to be better at not being closed-minded myself personally for me.
Right. Me too. I was never a closed-minded person. But
that's good.
But I just didn't want to leave mom and pop. No bullshit. I know me and you would always be good.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah. That part is easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna always be around.
That's easy. But I didn't want to leave mom and pop. But I wanted to ask you, this ain't a this or that. You know what I mean? This is just a question. In America, favorite city to travel to? You could even been there one time, but you just felt so, because vibes are feelings.
Right.
So if it vibed right with you.
I enjoyed Houston.
Never been yet, but go ahead. I like that.
I did enjoy Houston. Very, very clean. Mm-hmm. Very clean.
On the side you was on?
I was staying in a hotel that was right next to where the Houston Rockets play.
You remember the name of the hotel?
Across from Minute Maid. No. And it was a very nice
our homeboy
place.
at the Omni right now. That's why I didn't know if it was that one.
I can't remember whether or not. Well, I know he went. Yeah, he was there. What? He was there a little while.
Yeah, he was there not too long. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I can't remember the hotel. But Houston, Vegas. I enjoyed Vegas. I enjoyed Vegas because it's a place that really doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
So, I'm a guy who made...
In entertainment, you could thrive in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm up, I'll go head out and see what's going on in the world.
I think Vegas is a snowbird city.
Maybe. I mean, I like places. And see, for me, too, bro, I've been in a lot of different cities, I guess, that you would call in different countries.
Right. Yeah, me too.
And so...
Yeah, me too. That's why I said in America.
But it depends on my purpose of being there.
Right.
Like, I've been in places where my objective is I have to go to what they call the, how they have the wow, Earth Angel shit for real.
Yeah.
The places inside of hotels where they have big conference centers, so convention centers.
Yeah, convention
in different places.
Right.
Like, there's times that I went to places just for conventions. That's my objective of being there.
Right.
So I saw the city, but I knew I saw the highlights of it.
Right.
Because I knew that in that particular concept, I was going there to do that. And then there's other places where I kind of went on our own. Yeah. That I kind of viewed the city a little bit differently.
And it all depends on who you travel.
Because even Boston, I had a great time in Boston. I got a baby out of Boston.
I was about to say, you got a baby from Boston. I was about to say that. I remember that. Yeah. To be honest with you, most of the cities I've traveled to are south. But I had fun. I'm going to be honest. I had fun. One city I did really have a lot of fun at. But I don't know if I want to necessarily live there. But it was just the atmosphere. And I got it. I understood it. And only been there once. Was L.A. L.A. was a fun city. But I think I had the fun I did in L.A. because who I was with. You know what I mean?
Atlanta too, though.
Yeah. Atlanta, I had a lot of fun. Atlanta, I do a lot of work in Atlanta. But at the same time, Atlanta is almost like a second home to me. Mm-hmm. Like, I done had hotel rooms in Buckhead, Stockbridge, Marietta.
Definitely
you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's definitely not a boring city. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not a dull city. If you're a partier and you want to party early, it's a day party every week, every other day. You know what I mean?
I still get the text messages.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Like I was just in Atlanta, you know,
not too long ago.
Yeah, in July, and I stayed in Buckhead, and you know, and I was I had a good time. You know what I mean? I did. I had a very good time. But I have yet I you know really picked, you know, where my favorite place is. I had a good time in Dallas too. But again, it was the people I was with. You know, I was in Dallas, so shout out to Ron Ski. Everybody know that's my brother. You know, when I tell you, other than this guy that's sitting in front of me, my original day one. That's my original day one. We was in the baby room together.
No doubt.
Literally in the hospital, in the baby room, looking up, probably right next to each other. And you know, when we get older, we gonna be out here doing some dumb shit, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. We was in Dallas together.
Yeah, you jokers was trying to cry like y'all was DJ.
No, we ain't even cry. That's not because we don't like that cry shit. You know what, bruh? Come on, keep it real. Before we go, as a baby, you were my big brother, and I seen some shit the other day. I said I could imagine because I could imagine my brother being the same way. Lee was watching The Housewives of Potomac, right?
I watch it.
All right, so
no problem.
The couple, where the older white guy and the light skinned lady, they just had the baby.
Yeah, Michael and I can't think of her name.
Yeah, but the oldest son name is Dean, and I forgot what the little one's name is.
Yep.
Okay, so when he came in the room and he seen the other lady sitting there, I think she was the one. I think she might be the one that was married to Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yeah, Giselle.
Yeah, I think that was her.
It was her.
Yeah, okay. And she said, "Hi, is that a Dean?" And he just looked at her, but then she was like, "Look at your little brother." His whole shit switched like, "Yeah, they go my brother and shit." Yeah, like that's how you was. But as you, how often did I really cry?
Nah,
I didn't
cry. You didn't cry like.
I ain't like that cry shit, man.
I told you, whether y'all know it or not, man. They used to have to put a mirror underneath his nose to see if that bitch was alive when he was a kid. Because not only did he not cry, but he was quiet. He slept.
Yeah.
Total opposite of me. Not that I was a sucker, nothing. I just cried and shit. But I definitely would say that he didn't cry.
Yeah. I wasn't a crier,
I just talked
man.
about that last night.
Yeah.
With the girls, I was saying, I remember like sweating mom and pop about you.
Right.
Like, I want a brother, man. I remember them conversations.
Right.
And it was like, you know, when you were a kid and shit, you think like, why don't you just go to the store and get his ass, man?
You know what I mean?
You don't know what goes into that. You know what I mean? And
right.
I'm just like, damn, I want a brother. I told you I had to go to school that day.
Yeah. You know what's
nursery
crazy?
Joint, and then they came back and got me early because mom was having you. But I remember like.
But you know what's crazy?
I'm leaving early.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Before we go,
what?
I hate it when people don't believe in certain things and then really that they have control of their life because you kept saying you wanted a brother.
Word is bound.
What if I would have been a girl? You would have accepted me.
Yeah.
But
I still would have been asking them for a brother.
But you was doing manifestation back
then.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, I'd have been like, this is okay, she's cool.
Yeah.
Can we go on, you know, can we get the guy? Or you got the receipt? Can we take her the fuck back? Or like, no.
Listen.
Is it one and done? Right.
Y'all got to realize if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have this. And with that being said, man, this is the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ, Mr. Influential. I'm rocking with my brother P. Original. Do remember, you can catch us on YouTube at the Porch Podcast and also on your favorite streaming sites. Go ahead, Pete. Tell them one of them.
Hey, man, you got iHeartRadio.
You got Spotify.
You got Overcast Radio.
Amazon Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Stitcher.
Yeah, and that sounds about right. And Overcast.
Overcast.
Yeah.
Google, you know.
Yeah, so.
It's around.
We love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. And I hate it when y'all don't show us love. So show me some love. I love y'all, man. We out.
Love y'all back. Peace, y'all.
Peace.